sense of style, some racing stripes. Very nice. That is wild. One is also struck by the fact that it seems so decidedly unaerodynamic.
Yeah, even the position of the thing, it's not horizontal, it's not vertical, it's like in between.
Piñata from space.
Piñata from space, yeah. This one from...
Are these the same?
Anonymous guys from Sweden again.
Right. We don't know if it's the same two anonymous guys. Worth considering. Again, a somewhat ambiguous, but very well-defined shape up there. And one does wish that we knew a little bit more about this. Because sometimes the best thing you can say is, I just don't know what to say about that one.
Yeah, that's the problem of the anonymous, real anonymous, as opposed to the anonymous to the public. In this second case, the investigator has talked to the witness, knows who took the thing, and so on, you know. So even though when he published, that's happened to me too, when you publish the article, you'll say, you know, I talked to the person, blah, blah, blah. He wants to remain anonymous.
Well, it's a standard and very valuable
especially for abductions, right? This is very common.
Without question. You don't want to compromise a person's privacy in an area like that.
But you know who the person is. Whereas when it's totally anonymous and the thing arrives in the mail, let's say, there's nothing you can do.
Pure faith and trust. Okay, we have one here shot by a person who is a professor
in
Ecuador again.
Yeah. White balls again.
Back and forth movement again. Now that is nothing that we have anything that can do, except for maybe that thing we saw sometime back in the Nellis test area.
Right. And again, this is balloons wouldn't do that.
No way. No way.
It's moving fairly horizontal too.
Yeah.
But like back and forth.
It stops, goes back on the other trajectory. Fascinating. That is, for me, I know, one of the real deciding factors in sorting out genuine, I know that is an unknown, or, well, you know, it could be a this, could be a that.
This seems to be from an air show or something?
Yeah, but I guess that is the anomalous object there coming into the contrail.
Again, the quality is very poor on this one.
But even, you know, sometimes on a clip like this, if you squint ever so slightly, you get about as good a look. It sort of tightens the pixels in a way. And that seems to me to be kind of egg-shaped with a sense of shadow, so that one is intriguing. Back to Israel here.
Yeah, we have many from Israel on this tape. This is pretty bizarre too.
Huh. Extremely in your face.
Very in your face. No. Well, now we have some reference points.
Yeah, this is good. Get a sense of.
Oh, there it is.
And yet again, here we are dealing with a variation, a shape variation we have not seen before.
Right.
And just have to underscore how that is part of the pattern of UFOs.
Open now.
When you think you have seen all the configurations, there is another one.
Look,
and
change again.
Look at that. We don't know whether that glow is some kind of refraction from the video footage.
Oh, the glow, probably, but again, we don't know.
Yep. It certainly seems like a substantial shaped light. Okay, not the Philip Roth who is the American author.
Oh yeah, this was had me also going yesterday. They seem to be in
some
interference which you get on the audio track. Each time it goes by the antenna or whatever it is, you hear like a strange crack or something.
Yeah, that's a nice detail actually. Because for most videos, we really have no sense of anything approaching sound, and overwhelmingly in the history of UFO studies, with a handful of outstanding exceptions, these things are always silent.
Well, sometimes when the witness is close, you did hear these hissing noises, or like described as bees.
And you remember the Obarski case, like the hum of a refrigerator?
Right, hums, but only at close distances.
Yeah, in the overwhelming number of cases, there is no associated
at a distance,
sound.
No, there's no like aircraft type sounds, no. That's one of the puzzling things of the physics of UFOs.
And I know it's one of the things that makes a lot of people who are married to conventional physics very frustrated. How can these things be powered and moving along without a byproduct of some kind of sound?
Right.
But again, we may be way beyond our imaginings on propulsive sources here, so it's completely open to speculation.
But at close distance, yes, you do. There's a humming or a hissing noise that's commonly associated, and which seems to paralyze too. That seems to be also something to do sometimes with the paralysis of witnesses, numbing effect and things like that.
Yeah.
Maybe they're using some kind of ultrasonics.
Again, completely open to whatever one wants to think about it, which is one of the good things and one of the frustrating things about this field of research, which is very rewarding in terms of really challenging your intellectual curiosity. Not a great career decision if you're into making a fair amount of money, but a very interesting avocation, no question about it. And here we go back to Mexico.
Yeah, to the white little objects, but I think this is going to break. It looks like
it looked like at the very beginning it was 3 close lights. Yeah. Let's see if indeed we redivide here. There's some distinctions in the line there. It does seem like 3 shapes. Nope,
that was it. And more Mexico still. No, this seems to be your almost traditional light in the sky. Yeah?
You remember when we were kids on the old analog?
Yes, look, separated there.
I was going to say the old analog TVs where you turned off and the last thing you see is the white dot in the middle. This isn't that.
Right. And again, it's like spawning there.
Look at that. Yeah, it's almost like a chain of little lights.
Which we saw in some of the Mexico and also in one from Korea.
And they're so subtle. At points you see what seems to be 3, 4, the suggestion of a 5th.
So it seems to be almost an organic.
If it's not, it mimics that sensibility, no question about it. Okay.
Santos, that's a large city in Brazil. This is from an air show too.
Oh dear.
Oh yes, this is not a happy ending here.
This is a sad one. And oh Lord.
And
what a terrible sight.
I guess later you do see like a little object almost streaking by the plane.
It might be a bit of the plane's own debris.
Well, that might not. Here, I think
we're going to see.
There it is. But maybe it is the plane already breaking up. I don't know.
Or some little probe checking it out as it's going down. Sad sight.
Or even a collision.
Yeah.
There was in Mexico, there was a time an airplane collided, but it was a very small object, so the passengers and everything felt it. And then the aviation investigators did find a little, so it did collide with something, but it was so small that fortunately there was no accident.
Well, we're back in Bonnybridge now.
Back to the famous town of Scotland of Bonnybridge, yes.
And now this is one of the...
this is one of the most remarkable NASA ones.
It surely is.
Not as well known as...
now, remember a few hours ago...
these are storms.
That is what a good lightning storm looks like from space. So let us not confuse that.
Yeah, you will see many things. Those lights, though, don't seem to be the storms.
What the heck?
See the difference between the two phenomena. The storms are just like a kind of exploding.
Yeah.
But that big light there, and there's a small one also. Yeah.
Now, granted, we may be dealing with a conventional satellite phenomena, but if they are legitimate